Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever considered that, like, a set of seemingly simple movements, maybe in martial arts, might actually hold a really profound philosophy, like a shortcut to self-knowledge, to mastery that goes way beyond just, physical fighting?
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're getting into today. We're taking a deep dive into the world of Kung Fu Sansu forms. We're looking primarily through the lens of Sifu Reader's Groovy book of Sansu forms.
Right. And this isn't just about learning cool moves. It's about finding this rich, actionable philosophy, something for personal growth.
Precisely. And our mission here really is to pull out those core insights from Sifu Reader's unique take on Sansu. We want to show you how forms practice is so much more than physical training. It reveals these surprising layers of meaning, stuff that can genuinely fast-track your understanding.
Yeah, understanding not just in martial arts, but maybe in anything you're trying to get good at, right?
Exactly. Anywhere you're seeking that deeper knowledge.
Okay, so let's start where it all began. The origins of this Groovy book. It's not some glossy published manual, is it?
No, not at all. These forms, they were personally taught to Sifu Reader by Master Ted Saiz himself. That's pretty direct lineage.
Wow.
And the book itself is basically scans of the original handouts from Master Ted's school.
The one in Huntington Beach, California.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And the illustrations, which were crucial. They were done by an artist just called Zig.
Zig, did Sifu Reader know him?
Apparently not. Never met him. But he gives Zig huge credit for, preserving so much of the art through those drawings.
That's fascinating. And what about Sifu Reader's own path? How did he come to compile all this?
Well, his journey is really key to understanding the book. He was already a second-degree black belt. This was at Dragon's Temple Kung Fu Sansu in Huntsville, Texas.
Okay, so he wasn't a beginner.
Far from it. But when he met Master Ted, he says he immediately felt his knowledge was, and this is his word, insufficient.
Really? Even as a second degree?
Yeah. He'd only known 4 forms up to that point, imagine. It wasn't until he got his hands on the first of 5 original manuals that he really saw the sheer breadth of Sansu.
Okay.
And because he was already a black belt, Master Ted just started teaching him the black belt forms pretty much straight away, alongside the class forms.
So that's why this collection is so focused on the advanced stuff, too.
Exactly. It reflects his specific learning journey with Master Ted.
And he had this really structured way of learning them, too, right? Something about a calendar.
Oh, yeah. That's quite something. Sifu Reader, who's Catholic, he integrated the Catholic liturgical calendar into this meticulous 3-year cycle. Schedules A, B, and C. Repetitive. For studying the forms.
Wow. Combining spiritual discipline with martial arts structure, what does that tell you?
It speaks volumes, really, about his belief in structured, consistent practice. For him, forms are absolutely at the heart of Sansu. He's pretty strong on this point. He warns that schools that don't really integrate forms, well, they miss the art's true potential.
What's the danger there, according to him?
He sees students developing what he calls superficial power and picking up bad habits,
Leading to
a false sense of confidence. And he argues this can actually make them dangerous.
Dangerous. How?
Because of a lack of self-knowledge and, unchecked ego getting in the way.
That really connects to that quote from Master Ted that Sifu Reader emphasizes.
And what about fighting?
Yeah. Forms are not fighting. Forms are for fighting, but they are not fighting. What's the core difference there? Why is it so important?
The distinction is everything, really. Forms practice, in this view, it helps balance out that ego. It constantly shows you what you don't know yet. It's a humbling process.
So it fosters growth, deeper understanding.
Exactly. And Master Ted learned this from Jimmy Woo himself, the founder. The whole art, Jimmy taught, isn't just about fighting techniques. It's fundamentally about developing human character.
Developing human character, that's the real goal underneath it all.
That's the deep truth, yeah.
So if forms are this tool for character, not just combat, what specific things do they actually teach you? Sifu Reader lists quite a few benefits.
He does. There's structure.
Which is body alignment, right? Perfect alignment.
Exactly. Then true balance.
A connection with the earth, deeper than just not falling over.
Right. Then methods of generating power, understanding rotation, compression, rebound.
Okay. And getting tremendous power with minimal effort.
Through momentum and rhythm. Efficiency.
And finally, mindfulness.
Which covers intent and focus, being fully present.
Now, these sound like martial arts concepts, but you mentioned earlier they apply more broadly. How does that work?
Oh, absolutely. Take structure. Or alignment. That applies to your posture at your desk, sure, but also the structure of an argument or how efficiently you organize a project. True balance isn't just physical. It's mental and emotional stability when things get chaotic. Methods of generating power. That's leverage. Applying force effectively in business, problem solving, anything.
Minimal effort for maximum impact. I can see that in negotiation, maybe.
Precisely. Using precision over brute force. And mindfulness, well, bringing unwavering focus and intention to any task. That transforms mundane actions into deliberate practice.
That really broadens the perspective. Okay, so shifting from the why to the how, the actual practice. Sifu Reader really emphasizes solo training, doesn't he?
He does. He stresses that most of your martial arts training should be solo practice. Class is great. It's for guidance, getting new insights, corrections.
But the real work happens alone.
That's his view. True knowledge of self can only be found during forms practice. You have to put in that individual time.
And it goes back to that distinction. It's not just learning the moves.
Right. He says explicitly, forms are not about the moves. Forms are about how you move.
How you move.
You learn the sequence first, obviously that's the foundation, but then the real work starts refining the quality of every single movement.
And there are, over 200 forms in Sansu? Why so much repetition?
The repetition serves a purpose. It's constantly reinforcing what he calls the 5 families of Sansu.
The 5
Yeah. Striking the angles, the targets, balance your stability versus their instability. Anatomy, knowing where to strike effectively. Intent, the mental commitment, the focus. And power, how to generate and deliver it efficiently.
So each form revisits these families.
Constantly. And the technique he suggests for practice is to focus on one aspect at a time.
Like just thinking about your hips through the whole form.
Exactly. Or keeping your head lifted correctly. Or your breathing. You isolate one element, practice it, then another, and over time, they all integrate.
Okay, I see.
The fundamental principle is how you move in fighting will be justified by how you move through your forms. Your form practice builds your fighting habits.
That makes a lot of sense. Then he talks about advanced forms practice. This sounds like taking it to another level.
It is. This is where you really start to dissect the forms.
How does that work, taking moves out of sequence?
Right. You take one individual move from a form, just one, and you apply it to a specific scenario, say, defending against a right punch or a left grab.
Just that one move over and over.
Exactly. But you're analyzing everything. Is your block correct? Is your spacing right? Your timing? Are you pressing off the correct heel? Are your hips aligned just like in the form? Is your stance perfect?
Wow, that's granular, micro-optimizing each component.
You got it. And this, he says, really connects to Master Ted's teaching about big moves, yang, and little moves, yin, for blocking, for striking.
And this helped Sifu Reader himself.
Immensely. He admits that before applying this method, he felt like he was reaching in the dark. This advanced practice illuminates things.
He uses that analogy, right? Learning the ABCs.
Yeah, like starting on a line tablet, just learning the letters, then plain paper, then cursive, and finally, calligraphy.
So this advanced practice is like moving towards calligraphy, deep understanding and refined application.
That's the idea. It clarifies everything profoundly.
And of course, before you do any of this deep work, warm-ups.
Can't forget the warm-ups.
Yeah.
He mentions a few, like stand still, body shaking, swing arms, wood chopper.
But the main thing is,
just do something. Any warm-up is fine, as long as you do it consistently. Get the body ready.
Consistency is key. Okay, let's zoom out a bit then to the broader Sansu system Sifu Reader documents. His book covers class forms and black belt forms. And you mentioned he cross-referenced them extensively.
Oh, meticulously. He compared his notes, the forms he learned from Master Ted, with the forms in the 5 manuals published by Jimmy H. Wu Sansu Association, and also Barbara Wallace's manual.
And what did he find? Were they different?
There were some minor discrepancies, yeah, little variations, but fundamentally he concluded they are the same forms.
Just recorded slightly differently by different students over time?
Exactly. Which is pretty amazing when you think about it. It serves as this powerful testament to Jimmy's legacy.
How the art stayed consistent even as it spread through different teachers and students.
Right, that dedication to preserving it. It's quite remarkable.
Does he give examples of how these forms are categorized or taught?
He does. For instance, he explains that the first 4 forms from those 5 manuals are often taught as dynamic tension exercises.
Your dynamic tension.
What's that? It's about moving with continuous, controlled muscle contraction. Not just going through the motions, but really engaging everything to build internal strength and stability.
Ah, okay. Like isometric tension, but through movement.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then forms 64 through 68, he identifies those as comprising a 5-base form.
A base form.
Yeah, a foundational sequence specifically used for the black belt test. It's designed to embody and test those cleared black belt principles.
It all sounds incredibly systematic.
It is. And it all points back to Sifu Reader's overarching goal, which you see throughout his work, to keep Sansu as pure as possible. That commitment to authentic transmission really shines through.
So wrapping this up, our deep dive into Sifu Reader's book, it really shows that these Kung Fu Sansu forms aren't just, fighting moves. They represent a whole structured philosophy, a path to self-mastery, character development.
Definitely. A way to gain deeper self-knowledge through really diligent, mindful practice.
It's quite profound, actually.
It is. And what I find particularly compelling is how this seemingly simple, often repetitive act, just practicing a form, can unlock such deep truths about yourself, about character, which kind of begs a question, doesn't it?
What question is that?
Well, it makes you think. What seemingly simple practices are there in your own life? Could be a daily routine, maybe a repetitive task at work, a fundamental skill you practice. Could those things hold deeper, maybe even transformative insights, if you approach them with this same kind of focused intention, this self-awareness?
That's a really powerful thought. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? How could these principles-focused practice, self-awareness, developing character, how could they apply to your own goals?
Whether that's mastering a skill, working on a project,
or even just personal growth, it comes back to that idea, how you move in any area of your life.
Yeah.
That really dictates your level of mastery in the end.
Something to think about.
Definitely. Keep exploring those depths.